Well, everything went just as planned. You got any questions? Now, what a great game. I mean, you know, obviously it was tough in a lot of ways there, but we really swung the bats well for the first 5 innings of the ball game. We were really good offensively, and you know, today I charted quality at bats per inning versus quality at bats per inning, and really just tried to emphasize to our guys to win innings. You know, let's win innings. And you know, if you look at it, even though the score was 11-8 on offense when both sides hit, we didn't get to hit in the ninth, so we didn't count the ninth there. But we won 5 out of 8 innings, which is the key in why we won the ball game. You know, we scored in 4 out of the first 5 innings. Defensively, we played a good ball game. Only had 1 walk on the mound, 1 hit by pitch, and 1 stolen base. So only 3 free 90s given up for us. You know, the bottom line is in the 8th inning, the bottom of the 8th there, when we desperately needed to put together some good at-bats, we did. You know, it all started with a walk. You know, Robert Jolly drew the walk, and then Grayson Bird did a nice job of getting a sacrifice bunt down, which led to a sack with an error. Pulled the first baseman off the bag because he did a good job of killing the bunt and forcing the pitcher and the catcher to have to get to the baseball and make a rush throw. Then Logan Davidson laid down a nice bunt. And then, you know, next thing you know, they walked Rollman, which I thought was the right call. You know, with the infield in, it's much tougher to pitch with the infield in than a double play situation where you got some force outs. So it was definitely the right call on their part. And I told Reed, I said, Reed, they're either going to intentionally walk you here, or they're going to put you on. And they did. And, you know, comes down to a 2-strike count. And Seth Beer, you know, hit one out of here and did what great players do. And, man, I'm so happy for Seth, you know, who it's been quite a while since he's hit one. And, man, it really was the difference maker, you know, for us. Gave us our big inning and a 4 spot right there in the 8th. And then how about Riley Gilliam? He did an unbelievable job there in the 9th inning. Hit the first guy on a 2-strike count, but just stayed poised and was composed and executed pitches to the middle of their order, and we got it done. So it was a great win for our guys. Just so proud of our team and how we competed and how we played. You know, obviously we didn't execute pitches as good as we would have liked to after really in that 6th inning, 6th, 7th, and 8th. But you know, our guys filled up the strike zone and forced Coastal Carolina to swing the bats. They got a great club, and we needed a game like this. You know, we needed a game. We were up 7-1, and then next thing you know, it's 8-7. But our guys didn't panic. We kept competing. In the bottom of the 8th, we all came together in the dugout, put our arms around each other, and said, "Hey, we got this thing. All we got to do is get the leadoff man on and bring the winning run to the plate. We'll get that momentum going our way," and our guys did that. And I'm just so proud of our team.
We talked Sunday that you said you just need one guy to step up and get a hit with the game on the line, and we said Seth needed that. Is this maybe something that will get both the team and Seth going, you think?
Well, I certainly hope so. I mean, it reminds me a lot of you know, obviously early in the season, you know, South Carolina weekend where we desperately needed a big blast and a big at bat in a critical situation. I know that's a long time ago. But I saw, you know, kind of what happened after that. And hopefully, you know, who knows? Look, we got to go play NC State now. They're a really good club, and they're going to be at home. But, you know, we certainly hope that, you know, the wave of emotion after the way we won tonight, you know, can get our guys going back in the right direction mentally and confidence-wise and all those things. So, you know, we certainly hope that this will be a catalyst for us moving forward to get going in the right direction. But, you know, Seth needed it. And just so happy for him more than anything. I'm happy that Seth came up in that situation because, you know, oftentimes he has been so big for us, and you can't ask for a bigger moment than that. So it was awesome to watch.
Coach Weston was 3 for 5 tonight, had a couple of triples last week on Tuesday night. How good is it to see him swing the bat so well this late in the season?
He did a great job for us offensively tonight. He needs to understand on a arm fake 1st and 3rd that he doesn't break for the plate. I see him sitting in the back of the room. You'd think a 5th-year senior would know that by now, but we'll talk about that later, won't we, Weston? But besides that, no, I'm kidding. I'm giving him a hard time. But no, it's awesome. You know, the thing about Weston Jackson, Weston Jackson played at Presbyterian, was an All-American, and he had a goal and a dream to play at Clemson, and he had 1 year of eligibility left. And this is a young man that wanted to come and try to help our program, and he came into the season as a starter, did an unbelievable job in the fall, and he struggled some. But when you look at Weston Jackson, the one thing that I'll say, and I've told him this, I've told our team this many, many times, you look at some of the most critical wins that we've had this year, some of the biggest wins that we've had this year. When Weston Jackson has played, he has produced, and he's hit some big home runs for us. He's had some big days at the plate, had a 2-out hit, to kind of get us going there early in the ball game, had 3 more knocks, drove in 3. So he's done a really, really good job for us, and I'm so happy for him. He's a big part of our team, and hopefully he can be a big boost offensively to us down the stretch here.
How big is this win for you guys in terms of building confidence? I mean, this is the defending College World Series champs at your place, and especially going into this weekend and the tournament coming up.
Well, I mean, it's big for us. I mean, anytime you win a game in that fashion against a really good team and a great program and a team that's used to winning at a high level. I mean, Coach Gilmore and I go way back. I mean, we've had battles for many, many years, and he's just someone that I respect an awful lot. His teams are extremely fundamentally sound. They're tough to beat. They beat you in a lot of different ways, and they charged ahead there at the end, but we kept plugging away, and we found a way to get it done. So it's definitely big for us. We needed a win. I mean, that's the bottom line. We needed to win today. We have, obviously been struggling, but the one thing that I will say is, what's happened in the past doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what's happened today. And that was our message to the team today. The guys we talked a little bit before the game, had a meeting, and the only thing that matters is right now and today. And we all know we went through a tough stretch, but we keep talking about that tough stretch we went through, and it's still on our minds. We need to let that go. The only thing that matters is what we do today. And what we did today is we took care of business. So, we got to win today. Hopefully it'll give us some confidence going into NC State, who's red hot. I think they had won 11 out of 12, I think I read somewhere. They've got a great team, and they're fighting, to put themselves in a good position going into the ACC tournament. So we got our hands full this weekend, but this is a big win for us, and what a way to close out the regular season here at Doug Kingsmore Stadium. And how about our fans tonight? Our fans were unbelievable again. A lot of energy in the crowd, and that's what we need. We need that desperately. Our guys need to feel that and see that and get energized by it. So we really appreciate our fans tonight and the whole year. And we did not lose a midweek game all year. We've had a lot of ups and we've had some downs, but one thing we've been consistent in the middle of the week. So it's good to close out the regular season here at home with a win against a great club, and look forward to going to Raleigh tomorrow.
You've been down a couple of arms in the bullpen for a few weeks now. Are you any closer to getting some of those guys back?
We're hoping to get Brooks back. Brooks has been battling some illness for quite a while. We're hoping to get him back. He's been feeling better. Ryan Miller begins playing catch tomorrow, so he'll start his throwing program tomorrow. So we're hoping that we can get him back here within the next couple of weeks, because he's a huge part of our bullpen. With those two guys have been down for a while for us. So if we can get both of those guys back to full strength, whether it's Brooks this weekend, Ryan Miller, hopefully, maybe ACC tournament, regional, we don't know. It's just going to depend on the progression of the throwing program. And Chris Williams, we got to get Chris Williams back. That's a huge bat for us. And we sat in today because he was sore. He's really been trying to rehab hard and get his strength back in his shoulder, and he was just really, really sore. And we felt like it was best to give him a rest to try to get him ready for NC State this weekend.
Lonnie, speaking of Chris, is it something that's going to linger throughout the rest of the season, or you think this could heal up before postseason starts?
It's a good question. A lot of it's is going to depend on how he feels as he progresses through throwing. It's just a matter of really just how stiff his arm gets when he throws, how he bounces back, kind of with the day-by-day progression of throwing. He'll be able to hit. We'll be able to use him in a DH situation. But as far as throwing goes, a lot of it, I think we'll know more probably over the next week as far as with his throwing. Is the more we can get him out there to throw, and hopefully he can build that strength up, and the inflammation that he has in his shoulder will lessen over the course of the week or go down, and hopefully he'll be able to catch by we hope by the ACC tournament. But we'll see. A lot of it's just going to depend on how he feels. Today was his first day of throwing again, and he threw light about 40, 50 feet.
Thanks, Coach.